Hello my fellow working class heroes, good day. I am Carlo and welcome to Carlo Excels. These are the objectives of this episode. Today we're going to talk about a rank function. So we're going to start with the rank function definition and then some basic applications of the rank function. The rank function, from Microsoft Excel's own help document, returns the rank of a number in a list of numbers. The rank of a number is its size relative to other values in a list. If you were to sort the list, the rank of the number would be its position. So for the rank function, the function name is rank, and for your function arguments, you have three. First, you have the number, and then you have your reference or ref. Then you have your order. Right now, we're here in Microsoft Excel. So once again, we have here our list of fictional student names. And then we have here sample averages of these students. Now, if we were to arrange these students by their general average, say for example, highest to lowest or lowest to highest, that would actually be very easy. That would be instant. Just like what we already learned from a previous lesson, all we would have to do is to click on the column that we would need to arrange, press Ctrl A, so that we select the whole table right here, and then we can simply use the sort option. So we can sort smallest to largest, or we can sort largest to smallest. But sometimes we do not necessarily need sorting. What we need to find out is ordinal place. Say for example, the first student you have here, Abby Mackenzie Collin. We want to find out if the averages were to be arranged from highest to lowest or from largest to smallest general average, what would be his rank or what would be his ordinal place among all other 200 students? That question is not easily answered simply by sorting, because if you sort the students, for example, highest to lowest like so, you will still have to find Abby among this list of students, and you will have to count what's his place among the list of students. So to find out Abby's place among this list of students, we can simply do that by using the rank function. So let's try out the rank function now. So let's press the equal sign to do a formula, and then let's summon the function name rank like so. The first argument that the rank function is going to look from us is the number. This is the number whose rank we want to find. So in this case, we can simply do that by using a cell reference by clicking on this cell, because on cell B2, this cell here, that is the number that we want to find. And then we press comma to proceed to the next argument. Next argument that Excel is going to look from us is the ref argument. In other words, the reference argument. The reference argument is the list of numbers by which you will compare the number with, so that you find out the rank of the number when compared to the rest of the numbers in the reference. So in this case, the reference that we're going to use is this whole array of cells over here. So in other words, we're going to find the rank of 76.50, the rank of cell B2, when compared to all of the other numbers on this list. The next argument that Microsoft Excel is going to ask from us is the order. So press another comma to go to the order. So we have two choices. If we want the list to be arranged as if it is in a descending order, in other words, higher numbers or higher values are ranked first and lower values are ranked last, then we use the descending order. So in this case, to use the descending order, we use 0 as the variable that we use for the order. If we want the list to be arranged in ascending order, in other words, lower values are ranked first compared to higher values, lower values are ranked first and then higher values are ranked last, we use the ascending order. So to use the ascending order, we can simply not use 0 but instead use 1 like so. So in this case, because we're looking for higher values first, because these are grades, naturally when you arrange grades, higher grades first and then lower grades last. So we're going to use the descending order like so, and then we close the parenthesis. So those are our arguments for this rank function, and then we press enter to find out our answer. Now, according to the result that we got from the rank function, Abby Mackenzie Collin, his grade of 76.50, his rank is 151. So in other words, 76.50 is the 151st value if you arrange all of these values in a descending order. In other words, higher grades first and then lower grades last. Now let's reverse this. To reverse this, we can simply take the rank function again, and we can simply switch the 0 with 1, because 0 in the order argument, 0 means descending order. If we switch that to 1, it becomes ascending order. So we press enter. Now it becomes 50. So in other words, in a descending order, his grade is rank 151. But in an ascending order, meaning from lowest grade to highest grade, his grade is rank 50. So that is the rank function. Now the beauty of the rank function, of course, is it is actually very easy to copy and paste this. We do not have to keep on repeating the same formula when we do a rank function for all of these students. So all we have to do is to take this formula here and then we copy paste it downwards. But please remember, of course, the concepts of absolute references and relative references. If you copy paste this downwards, cell B2, as you can see here, cell B2 is going to adjust because it is a relative reference. It is going to adjust. But we don't want this array here to adjust. We don't want this, if you can see the green box, we don't want this array to adjust downwards. We want the array to stay as is. So we put an absolute reference, we turn this into absolute references like so. Then of course we want descending order like so. Press enter, and then we copy this and then paste it all the way down here. And then we have now successfully ranked all students, and then we find out what are their ranks compared to the rest of their batchmates. So we can see here, Harland Amada Jordan is currently first in this batch of students. Now, I want to note how the rank function works. So what I'm gonna do is, I am going to arrange the averages from highest to lowest so it's easier to understand the point I'm going to make. You'll see here, Harland Amada Jordan is first place because his this student's rank is 1. Now, this student, Guerra Vance Hostino, so his grade is 2. Branson Liam Vincent, his rank is 3. This student's rank is 4. But these two students, their rank is 5. That's because they have a tie. Both of them have 95 as their grading average. But please take note that the next batch of students, these students here, these 4 students, are also tied 94.75. But you will notice that Microsoft Excel, the rank function of Microsoft Excel, skips number 6 entirely and goes directly to number 7. Because these 4 students are tied number 7. And then, because these 4 students are tied number 7, the next student is no longer ranked 8th, but rather ranked 11th. Alright? So that is how the rank function works. The rank function skips places whenever there are ties. Now, one really nice thing about the rank function when comparing it to simply sorting the data is the rank function has its own share of versatility in terms of the kind of data that it can give. For example, we not only want to rank the average grades of these students this time, but we want to rank all of their grades. We want to rank the Filipino grades of all students. We want to rank the English grades of all students, the math grades, the science grades, social studies, etc. So we want to rank all of these 8 subjects at the same time, the average as well. So in this case, let's prepare the values, or let's prepare the data for what we're going to do. So I'm going to copy all of these headers here and paste them here, and then probably change the color so that they're easier to see, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rank first the Filipino grade of Abby. So let's call upon the rank function rank, and then this is the number that we want to rank, and these are the values we want to rank it against. This all of the other Filipino grades of students. And then of course we want it in descending order, because of course higher grades are ranked first and then lower grades are ranked last. So 0 for descending order. Now in this case, we plan to copy paste this not only downwards, but we plan to copy paste this across. In other words, we want to copy paste this not only for the Filipino column, but we want to copy paste it the rest of the other columns. And so in other words, for the array here, we don't want the column to be absolute. We want the column to remain relative, but we want the rows to remain absolute so that 2 remains at 2 and 201 remains at 201 no matter where you copy paste this. So column is relative and then row is absolute, just like what we learned in our lesson on relative and absolute cell references. So we press enter like this. So in this case, we see that the Filipino grade of Abby is 135th compared to all of his other batchmates. And because we entered the formula correctly with the relative and absolute references, we can simply copy that and paste them all the way across here. And when we press enter, there, not only have we finished ranking all of the students' Filipino grades, all 200 of them, we also ranked the grades, the 8 subject grades of all 200 students plus their weighted average, and you can see we did that in seconds. So with this data now, we can see the rank of the students for each and every one of their subjects. For example, you have this student here, Alvarado Zoraida Trudy. This is a female. Now, according to the data, she is ranked 46th when it comes to Filipino, but she's the strongest in her batch, among the strongest in her batch when it comes to English. She's 33rd in math, 42nd in science, 42nd in social science, 11th in PLE, 12th in MAPE, 48th in values, and 29th in terms of weighted average. Out of 200 students, that is actually great. Those are great grades. So we have here another student, so Braxton Rowan Cat, over here. So according to this data, 192nd in Filipino, 157th in science, 159th in general average, not so good. But here you can see that we have ranked all subjects of all 200 students, and we have here now the ranking data. Now, one nice thing about the rank function as well is the rank function is actually also very versatile because the rank function works with other calculations. And because it works with other calculations, there are so many more things you can do with the rank function when compared to simple sorting. Take, for example, the data you have here. So you have here the grades, the average of the students, and then if the status here says failed, what this means is there is at least one subject of this student that has failed for this school year. Third means third honors, second means second honors, and first here means first honors. Now, if we were to arrange by simply sorting the average grades of students like so, we're going to arrange that largest to smallest over here. You will see that even if we arrange the averages of the students, the arrangement of their average does not necessarily reflect the arrangement of honors, because if you are a teacher and you've arranged students in deliberations before, of course you would know that sometimes first honors do not necessarily have the highest averages. Sometimes it happens that third honors have higher averages compared to second honors, and second honors have higher averages compared to first honors. So in this case, let's try doing this. We want to rank the students according to their average, but at the same time, we want to rank the first honors first, and then we want to rank the second honors next, and then the third honors next, and then everybody who does not have an honor but passed all of their subjects, congratulations, we want to rank them next, and then everybody who has failing subjects, we want to rank them last. We want to rank them all in that particular order. So in other words, to clarify, we want to take all of the first honors first and then rank their averages. And then we want to take all of the second honors and then rank them by averages. All of the third honors, rank them by averages. All of those without honors but passed all of their subjects and rank them by averages. And then all of those who have failed at least one subject and then rank them by their averages. So how do we do that in Microsoft Excel? Well, with a bit of trickery and the rank function, it's actually very easy to do. You can do it in seconds. I'm gonna show you how. So first, what we want to do first is we want to assign weights to the honors. For example, before I do that, I'm going to first copy this column here and paste it over here. So this is where I'm gonna put my weights, like so. This is what I'm gonna do next. everybody who has a first honors award for this school year, I'm going to give a weight of 400. So let me write that down here. Everybody who has first honors, I'm going to give a weight of 400. Everybody who has second honors, I'm going to give a weight of 300. Everybody who has third honors, I'm going to give a weight of 200. Everybody without honors but has passed all of their subjects, so everybody with that, I'm going to, everybody with that, I'm going to give 100 as a weight. And everybody who has failed, I'm not going to give a weight at all. So of course, people are wondering, what are the weights for? Don't worry, you'll find out when we get there. So let me first use the Control H, in other words, the replace command, to change all of the first honors here. I'm going to highlight all of these here, just like what we did before in our previous lesson. Control H to bring up the replace command. I'm going to change all of the first honors here into the weight of 400, like so. Change all of that. And then everybody who has second honors, I'm going to replace with 300, just like what you can see on the screen. Going to replace all of that. So now you can see that everybody who has second honors now has 300 as a weight. Everybody who has third honors now has 200 as a weight, like this. And everybody who has nothing there, meaning blank, I'm going to give 100 like this. Now you can see here that everybody who has first honors has a weight of 400, like so. Second honors 300, third honors 200, everybody without honors but passed all of their subjects 100, and everybody who failed has no weights and has therefore not had their weights replaced. So I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to change all of that to 0, like so. Next, I'm going to create a new column. This new column, I'm going to, this new column, I'm going to call the weighted average. In other words, we're going to add, let me delete this now, we're going to add the average by the weights. So, we add this plus this, and then copy that and paste that all the way down here. So you'll now notice that everybody who has a first honor now most definitely have a higher weighted average than those who have a second honor, because everybody who has a weighted average has 400 as their hundreds value compared to those who have a second honor with 300 as their hundreds value. Third honors has 200 as their hundreds value, and then everybody who does not have an honor has 100 as their hundreds value. Everybody who has at least one failing subject has no hundreds value. So therefore, if this is what we use, if the weighted average is what we use as a basis for ranking, just like what I'm doing right here, like so, and then change this to absolute value like this, then copy that, paste that all the way down here, you will now notice that we now have, just like what we proposed a while ago, all first honors ranked first, second honors ranked next, third honors ranked next, and then everybody who has no honors ranked next, and then everybody who failed ranked last. In fact, if I Control A that and then sort that like this, we have now a proof of concept. Everybody ranked first, everybody ranked second honors, second, and then everybody who has third honors ranked next, everybody who does not have any honors ranked like so, and then everybody who failed, well, ranked last. So before we end this basics of the rank function, please know that the rank function actually has a lot more tricks and a lot more applications, especially when you pair them up with other functions such as the countif function, the count function, and later on in our next lessons, the VLOOKUP, the HLOOKUP, and the index functions. So to see all of those tricks later on, once again, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss those lessons when they come. And one last note regarding the rank function. Now, see all of these, this rank that we derived here. So once again, let me reiterate the way that the rank function treats ties. So you have here 1, and then the second and the third place are ranked 2. Now the fourth place is ranked 4th. So in other words, you skip a rank simply because you have a tie over here. And then this is the same case with this. You skip 12 and 13, and you will see here over here, you skip ranks 12 and 13 simply because 11 now occupies the spot of 11, 12, and 13. Like this. But this is not the only kind of ranking that exists. For example, you may want a kind of ranking that does not skip places. For example, you don't want this to say 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 11, 14. For example, you may want to have a rank that does not skip places. For example, you want this to be 1, 2, and then you want this to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10th place still, and then you want this to be 11th place like this. Unfortunately, Microsoft Excel does not have a dedicated function for ranking that looks like this. But by using arithmetic and other Excel formulas, we can achieve ranking that looks like this. That is reserved for our next lesson, which is ranking without skipping places. Now, one more ranking that you may be familiar with is what we know as fractional rank. Fractional rank is when you take the ties. When you have ties, you take their place, the place that they belong to on the list, and then you divide them by the number of repetitions in that list. Say for example, you have here, this is the first place, second place, third place, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, like this. Now, because the second and the third place are tie, so what you will have is 2 plus 3 divided by the number of ties here. So both of these will have a rank of 2.5. This is what we know as a fractional rank. Whenever there is a tie, you have the adding of the places wherein there was a tie divided by the number of places wherein the tie happened. So 1, 2.5, 2.5, then this will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you have here 11, 12, and 13 are ties. So let's pull up a calculator like this. So 11 plus 12 plus 13 is equal to 36. Divided by the number of values that had a tie, so 3, is equal to 12. So all of these will have a rank of 12 like this, and then this will be 14. This is called a fractional rank. Microsoft Excel does have a dedicated function for this, but it may not work for you, especially for those who use Excel version 2007. But there is a way to achieve this even without the dedicated function, and that will be again reserved for a next lesson. Also, what if you do not want what if even if there are ties like this, you still want a unique rank? You still want this to remain like this even if there are ties. So this is called a unique rank, wherein whenever there are ties, doesn't matter, you keep on counting forward. Once again, there is no dedicated function like this in Microsoft Excel, but unique ranks is something that we can achieve by the smart use of formulas and functions. And once again, this is a next lesson in our channel. So for the lesson on unique ranks, on fractional ranks, and of course ranks without skipping any values, once again, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss those lessons when they come. So that's it for our lesson on the basics of the rank function. I hope I earned your subscription today. Once again, I am Carlo, and this is Carlo Excels. Thank you very much for watching.